Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a totally fascinating biological intersection. We're looking at where ancient botanical remedies collide head-on with hard, verifiable neuroscience. We are going to decode the exact mechanisms of nervous system regulation. Specifically, we're looking at how completely invisible, volatile molecules can fundamentally alter our brain chemistry, our autonomic responses, and even our stress loops, all in a matter of milliseconds. So if you've ever wondered why a specific scent can just instantly alter your reality, well, you're in the right place. We're going to unpack the molecular magic of scent. Okay, let's dive into this. For the longest time, the scientific community sort of brushed off aromatherapy, right? We basically thought of it as spa science. Maybe it's just a pleasant placebo that happens to smell nice. But honestly, the clinical data tells an entirely different story. We're moving way past those holistic myths now and stepping directly into verifiable molecular neuropharmacology. We're going to see exactly how these invisible molecules map directly onto our cellular biology to regulate our minds and our bodies right from the inside out. Part 1, the olfactory limbic superhighway. To really grasp how this works, we have to map out the chronological journey a molecule takes the second it enters your body. It obviously starts with inhalation. When you breathe in an essential oil, volatile organic compounds travel straight to the olfactory epithelium. There, they interact with highly sensitive odorant receptors. But here's where the biology gets truly wild. Think about your other senses. Vision, hearing, touch. They all have to pass through the brain's central relay station, which is the thalamus. Scent doesn't. From an evolutionary standpoint, scent literally means survival. Smelling a predator, a fire, or food, those things require immediate biological action. Because of that, the olfactory bulb projects its neural signals directly into the limbic system, specifically targeting the amygdala and the hippocampus. Because of that anatomical bypass, we get direct central nervous system transduction within milliseconds. You are plugging these volatile organic compounds directly into the brain's core emotional and memory centers. Before your conscious mind can even register what it is you're smelling, your limbic system is already processing that chemical signal. It's already regulating fear, memory, and mood. The sheer speed of this superhighway is exactly why scent is such a profoundly effective tool for immediate nervous system regulation. Part 2, lavender, the molecular sedatives. Let's look closely at perhaps the most famous botanical of them all, lavender. When we zoom in on its primary active compound, which is called linalool, we find a remarkably powerful molecular sedative. In clinical models, linalool acts as a positive allosteric modulator, or a PAM. The best way to think about this is like a biological lock and key. Linalool binds directly to the GABA-A receptor complex in your brain. Now, GABA is our primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. It's essentially the chemical messenger that tells our brain to slow down. When linalool binds to this receptor, it actually enhances the brain's response to GABA. It mimics the exact same neuropharmacodynamics of clinical benzodiazepine medications. So, what is actually happening next on a cellular level? Well, this enhanced GABA response drives an influx of chloride anions straight into your neurons. This physical flood of negative ions induces what's called membrane hyperpolarization. In plain English, it suppresses neuronal excitability. It basically acts as an emergency brake on an overactive nervous system. It immediately drops generalized anxiety, releases muscle tension, and calms central hyperexcitability from the inside out. But linalool doesn't just stop at GABA. It actually targets your serotonin system too, specifically the 5-HT1A receptors. What's fascinating is that sustained exposure desensitizes your presynaptic autoreceptors. Think of an autoreceptor almost like a biological thermostat. It normally shuts off serotonin production when it senses there's already enough. By turning off that off switch, by actively downregulating that negative feedback loop, linalool allows for continuous, uninhibited serotonin firing right across the synapses in the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. Amazingly, this precise cellular interaction mimics the therapeutic progression we see with SSRI antidepressants. Part 3, rosemary, the cognitive enhancer. Now, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast when we look at something like rosemary. While lavender firmly puts the brakes on, rosemary hits the accelerator. A completely different molecular key unlocks an entirely different, highly stimulated brain state. The active compound in rosemary is a terpene called 1,8-cineol. Its mechanism of action is just incredible. It acts as an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. Acetylcholine is basically your brain's primary neurotransmitter, responsible for learning, memory retention, and intense concentration. rosemary actively blocks the enzyme that normally breaks it down. So it effectively floods the brain with acetylcholine, much like certain pharmaceutical nootropics do. And the clinical data backing this up is frankly staggering. Studies show that inhalation of rosemary essential oil and that subsequent absorption of 1,8-cineol straight into the blood is associated with a massive 60 to 75% improvement in perspective memory performance. 60 to 75%? Subjects demonstrated noticeably faster recall speeds and much higher accuracy in complex mental arithmetic. And it is completely dose-dependent. The higher the concentration of 1,8-cineol they had in their blood, the better their brains actually performed. When we step back and compare these two side by side, the duality is perfectly clear. Lavender's linalool targets your GABA and serotonin systems for sedation and anxiety relief. On the flip side, rosemary's 1,8-cineol targets acetylcholine for rigorous cognitive enhancement. This firmly establishes that pure essential oils are absolutely not just nice smells. They act as highly specific, evidence-based neuropharmacological agents that are completely capable of driving very distinct, measurable brain states. Part 4. Regulating the nervous system. So let's look at how this builds from the microcellular level all the way up to a macro-physiological impact. Because when you alter the limbic system on a cellular level, that signal naturally cascades throughout your entire body. One of the absolute primary benefits of this olfactory limbic loop is the regulation of your autonomic nervous system. These aromatic molecules can actively shift us out of sympathetic fight-or-flight dominance, which is where chronic stress usually keeps us trapped, and pull us right into parasympathetic rest and digest dominance. Clinical EEGs show us that this shift physically lowers blood pressure, decreases heart rate, and significantly increases relative alpha brainwaves, which is the ultimate biological indicator of a state of relaxed wakefulness. And this brilliantly illustrates the endocrine response to that shift. Proper limbic stimulation actively downregulates the hypothalamus-pituitary-adrenal, or HPA axis. When researchers look at salivary cortisol, which is the body's primary stress hormone, we see that levels are, naturally, very high after acute stress, but post-aromatherapy, those levels drop significantly. You are literally using scent to reach directly into the nervous system and turn off the biological faucet of stress hormones. That directly reduces systemic inflammation and promotes critical cellular recovery. To show you how this hard science actually translates into the real world, let's look at the Conrad and Adams protocol. This was a standardized clinical trial utilizing a very specific 2% dilution of rose otto and lavender essential oils. By administering these precise 15-minute aromatherapy sessions just twice weekly, researchers were able to significantly aid high-risk postpartum women. They dramatically lowered both anxiety and depression scales. It's really a perfect example of applied neurobiology improving maternal mental health with basically minimal risk. Part 5. The blueprint of quality. Now, there is a massive, rigorous scientific caveat to all of this. To actually achieve these biological results, quality is absolutely everything. True neurobiological effects require 100% botanical purity. And that has to be verified through what's called GC/MS testing, gas chromatography, and mass spectroscopy. This advanced lab process identifies the exact molecular fingerprint of the oil. It ensures you have the precise plant species, the correct active compounds, and absolutely zero synthetic adulteration. Chemical purity is just non-negotiable here. A synthetic fragrance created in a lab simply will not bind to your GABA receptors, period. Always, always remember this. Therapeutic grade is not a regulated term. It's literally just a marketing buzzword. If a brand cannot provide a third-party GC/MS report proving the exact molecular makeup of their oil, you really have no idea what you're inhaling. You have to look for actual lab data, not just pretty labels. Your nervous system is reacting to the underlying chemistry, so you need to be 100% certain of exactly what that chemistry is. Every single time you peel an orange, or take a walk through a pine forest, or crush a tiny sprig of rosemary in your kitchen, a highly complex neuropharmacological event is happening right inside your brain. You are actively interacting with ancient biological mechanisms that literally dictate how you think, how you feel, and how you recover. Knowing the invisible molecular cascade it triggers deep within your limbic system, will you ever perceive a scent the exact same way again? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, stay curious.